It's about time, bitch.
My name is Miss Tiffany Morgan.
Roving away. It's Troy.
What's going on here?
Just a whole lot of celebrity.
Pause for applause.
Hello and welcome to
What's the Maple Tea?
With your hostesses without the cream filling, Tiffany Morgan and me, Rowena Way.
I'm Tiffany Morgan.
Yeah, you're Tiffany Morgan. I'm pointing to you.
Oh, yes.
Pointing to
But
you.
how does our listening audience know that? They only know that when they hear my distinct voice.
Oh, your distinct voice. It is distinct.
Distinct.
I have people tell me regularly that they don't recognize you when they see you out of drag, but the moment they hear your voice, they're like, oh, Tiffany's around here. Where is Tiffany?
Yeah, I just think of, I don't know how many times that happens, to be really honest. Like, I'll be in a crowded room or something at a party, sans Tiffany, and I will start speaking, and then there will be heads that suddenly are like turning around. They're like looking around, they're looking around, they're looking
Oh my
around.
God, you cause bobblehead syndrome.
I cause bobblehead syndrome, yes. And,
Rubbernecking.
And then they're like, Tiffany? I'm like, yes, it's me.
It's me,
It's
Mario.
Luigi, where's Mario?
Luigi. It's true, though, that the easiest way to recognize someone who does drag out of drag is their voice, if they have a distinctive voice. And that's also how I get recognized, but I don't think my voice is quite as distinctive as yours.
No. I have, I'm told a face for radio. I'm told sometimes.
Oh.
And definitely a voice for radio, for sure. Right?
And I have a bussy for porn.
Oh.
I have no idea who's listening today, but whatever.
Wow, it's getting hot in here. Hot in here, so take off all your clothes.
I'm actually wearing more clothing than I usually wear.
Okay, let's just talk about that, because you are wearing a jacket. A jacket?
I am wearing a wool blazer.
Blazer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a jacket, it's a blazer.
Yeah.
Okay. Really? Okay.
And I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath that says Pédaler vers l'infini et plus loin encore.
As she leans closer into the microphone, it makes herself very loud.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And she's got pants on, too.
And I've got jeans on.
Yes, and it's kind of like the fancy business jeans, like the
I
ones
only own one pair of jeans.
Are they really? The same pair?
My last pair of jeans burst through the crotch.
Surprise.
Even when I try to cover up, my pants just don't let me. They just really want me to take them off.
I don't...
During the summer, every time I come here, I'm wearing short shorts. So it's very weird for me to be wearing jeans.
Yeah, and socks, too. Yeah.
I am wearing socks.
Can I just say, though, that your pants look like they regularly get ironed. Do you iron them? They look like they get ironed.
No, they're just skin tight. Not even kidding. In order for me to be able to buy pants that fit my waist and my ass, I have to buy pants that are too small for my thighs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's about it. Okay. Ooh, what happened there? Okay. So, Rowena, we have topics.
We have topics of conversation today. And actually, before we even get into those, I wanted to announce something.
Do we get an exclusive announcement here on What's the Maple Tea?
Well, not really, because it was announced on Instagram by Toronto Pride. But Toronto Pride is bringing Sasha Colby to Toronto this year, which is very exciting. And I had already decided that I'm not going to Toronto Pride, but maybe I should go to Toronto Pride for like the day or something just to see Sasha Colby.
Like, do we know where she's going to be performing?
She's going to be at the Green Space Festival, I believe, on Saturday.
Oh dear gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear god. Did they open the tickets yet?
No, Green Space, there's no tickets.
What do you mean there's
It's
no tickets?
first in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Otherwise, I would have bought a ticket.
Grr. All right, how do we, because green space is an open space, how do we get over
Well,
this? Like, how do we
if you
want
to get over the right way, you have to know people.
How do we line bypass? That's
Yeah,
what I want
you
to know.
have to know people. So in this case, I have to find out who the Canadians who are performing are, and then message them and be like, hey girl, can I be like your entourage today?
You owe me one.
And then, yeah, it'll be like, I paid thousands of dollars to bring you to Kingston. Please bring me in for free to this free show. It will cost you nothing.
It's a free show?
It's free.
Oh, dear goodness sakes.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Is
The
like,
lineups are going to be insane.
oh, I didn't even get in last year. All my friends went in to go see Bosco and Lady Camden and all those people, and I did not get in. I got stuck in the line, and then I ended up getting drunk in the line because there was nothing else to do. I did have very nice chats with people, though, that I had not seen since, like, high school.
That sounds about Toronto Pride to me. Just
Yeah.
getting drunk in a lineup and then
And then
changing
never
your
getting
mind,
in.
and
And
then
never
changing your
getting in.
mind. That is Toronto Pride.
I watched the videos on Instagram. That's how I saw the show. I watched videos on Instagram.
Oh, you know,
It was sad.
I don't know. Do I want to wait in line somewhere and get heat stroke and have someone fill me up? I don't know.
Have someone fill you up in line.
Well, doesn't that happen during Toronto Pride?
In line?
Yeah, doesn't that happen?
I'm
Toronto
sure
Pride?
it happens to other people who are not me.
Yeah, and not me.
I mean, we have to remember this is Toronto Pride,
trying
not
to manifest.
Folsom.
I'm
It's
trying to
Toronto
manifest.
Pride, not Folsom.
Not full.
Like, it's not like people having sex in the streets. I mean, people are naked in the streets, but they're not generally having sex in the streets
Ooh.
because there are police around everywhere.
So, warning, sister, we just talked about sex on the live podcast.
Oh my
here.
gosh, did we?
I don't know. I don't even know if she's listening in here. Wow, this is like one of the... Anyway, we won't talk about that.
So that was just the one topic, but I do have a topic today. So
Rowena, what is your topic?
I would like to know, maybe I'll wait for there to be more viewers. No, I would like to know from you.
It suddenly dropped to 3.
I know, right? I would like to know from you. And so we need your participation.
You, the listening audience right now.
2 questions. 1, how do you find out about upcoming events? Like, how do you hear about things? Is it word of mouth? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok? How do you find out about things and then end up going to them? Because this is an issue that event organizers are having right now, in that all of social media is paid advertising.
Yes, I feel your pain, I suppose, there, because yeah, I'm like, the algorithms try to figure out stuff that you like and then start sending stuff that you like, sort of thing, right, on the social medias and stuff. And how do people find out about events? Like, before it was quite often word of mouth, and then it was Facebook, but now in this world of some people are on Facebook, some people are on Instagram, but even on Facebook, it's all silos. Everyone's siloed.
Everyone is siloed. No one is seeing... People are only seeing the things that they are searching out, or that things are being shoved in their faces. And for some reason, events are not being shoved in faces.
So that's kind of why I started Drag Show.ca. She was not baiting me to do this, but I'm going to do this. But that's why
I knew it would happen.
That's why I started Drag Show.ca, because you couldn't find out where the drag shows were near you, sort of thing. And just having the website, then, which is Google indexed, like, oh my God, Google indexes it. They show up. So even if you're doing like $5 at the door, it's going to show up in people if they do a Google search. But that hinders. I will freely admit that hinders on people doing a Google search of like drag shows near me. But people do that. And you remember, you've seen that as well, because we were doing shows in the summer months, and then random tourists were like, well, we're in town for the night.
Yeah, drag show near me. Well, this is why Eventbrite, I find, is a very good platform for shows, because people will go on to Eventbrite, and Eventbrite gets listed on Google.
Yes, it
like
does.
top priority. Well, if you look up events in Kingston or events in, which is why I do enjoy using Eventbrite. But the downside of Eventbrite is that it's fees and stuff like that other people have to pay.
Yeah, you have those challenges of Eventbrite that even if you wanted to say, oh, we're going to do $5 at the door, and you just wanted to create that Eventbrite listing, technically you would be against their rules of conduct, because you would have to share some portions of that with them, sort of thing, because it was a paid event. So there's people who but I understand Eventbrite is really good that way. And dragshow.ca
is fantastic that way.
Just as good.
But yeah, so if you're listening right now, give us a comment. How do you find out about events?
How do you find out about events or drag events?
Well, drag events in general.
Events.
And then my second question is...
Oh, there's a second. Oh, yeah, there was two questions.
My second question is, how do you want to find out about events? Would you like things to pop up on your feed? Do you want things to be sent to your email inbox? What do you want?
Email marketing is still number one.
I am very angry right now, actually, because my website just changed their programming. And though I pay like $500 a year for my website, they're like, oh, you can only send out 200 marketing emails now per month.
So
maximum.
So that includes like every single subscriber, right?
Yeah.
So if you had 200 subscribers, you can send one email out.
Yes, but okay. I have, multiple people that I would like to send emails to. And yeah, it's just...
Our first response is dragshow.ca and Instagram.
Okay.
So that's responding to how do you find out about events? Sorry, no.
Yeah, how do you find out about events?
Okay. And
then where would you like to find out? Like, how would you like to be notified of events?
Yeah.
Like, if I could do a mass text message to everyone who's ever come to a drag show.
That's definitely possible. That's definitely possible. Mm-hmm. It does cost, but that is definitely a possibility.
Yeah. Who knows? I'm just, as an event organizer, I struggle. Every time I run an event, people are like, well, I didn't know that there were events. Mm-mm. I didn't know that drag shows happened. I didn't know. And how can you know? Do you have to be looking for it? Is the way that it seems to be right now in today's society, is that you have to be searching for events in order to find events. Yeah.
That is a timeless question about, especially with marketing and stuff. And we have seen, Rowena, we've seen the changes again, which is interesting, because I bumped into, how would you like to find out about events? Paid advertising on Instagram and Facebook, which is definitely an option. That's definitely an option.
And I do it. I pay for advertising, but I think I need to pay. I think I need to be more strategic in my advertising, in the manner in which it's delivered.
Yes, because it was interesting. I was reading articles about that, and they suggest, which aligns exactly with user patterns right now. So
videos.
No. It's not. Videos are, yes. Videos are good too. a good reel, a good with a good song that everyone likes, blah blah blah. That's going to get you somewhere. But I'm saying that we have noticed anecdotally that user patterns have gone back to pre-pandemic patterns, where they only buy, you put a ticket online, they only buy within 72, 48, 24 hours before the event.
Yep.
That's kind of how it's going back to again. And what I was reading with some of it is that do some of that initial advertising right at the beginning when you put the tickets on sale, because you do get sales
Right at the beginning, people who don't want to miss out.
But then put 2/3 of your payments into advertising in the last, like,
24 hours, 48
72
hours.
hours or something like that, where you're like, boom, 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 boom. What do we got here? From your Facebook page is innocent, also dragshow.ca. Great website, thank you. And yes, I agree. You need to be looking for them. Yeah.
You have to want to go to events in order for events to find you.
Yeah.
Also, happy birthday, love.
Happy birthday to you.
Bitch.
Happy birthday to you.
Whore.
Happy birthday, dear.
Whore.
Happy birthday to
Cunt.
you.
Anywho.
Oh, she gives us some love. She gives us some love.
She's like, I wouldn't accept it any other way.
Oh, God, I hope she's drunk out of her tree.
Yep. So that's my first topic, and I'm just kind of it's something that nags in the back of my mind as I run events. And for example, Kimmy Couture and Makalya Couture are coming tomorrow.
Yes, Kimmy. And
Makalya sent me her music in advance. She is the first, I repeat, the first person that I have hired to come to Kingston, like really hired, like as a spotlight performer, who has given me their music in advance of the day of the show. And I'm just like, slow clap. Because professional. I don't even do that. Actually, no, that's not true. When I'm in someone else's show, I do give my music in advance. But usually 24 hours.
Oh, she's off to dinner. Oh, goodbye, girl.
Bye,
Goodbye.
Lilith. She's like, I just wanted some attention and I'm leaving.
She's got the attention. Now she's gone.
So I'm very excited. Kimmy and Makalya are both coming. They're Isis Couture's drag daughters, and it's going to be a hell of a show. All of the VIP ticket holders are going to be getting a special gift when they come in. So if you have VIP tickets, you can look forward to a special gift.
Oh.
If you don't have VIP tickets, your gift is coming to the show. And if you don't have tickets yet, they are still on sale. They'll be on sale at the door. But if you have a student card, they're only $20. They're only $20 if you have a student card at the door.
But it doesn't get you in for like meet and greet or anything.
No,
right?
you don't get meet and greet or anything like that.
No. But you can at least come in and get some drinks.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And some drag.
What was my second topic? I don't even remember.
Your new things.
So Rowena, because Rowena is a business, Rowena just bought a new laptop. A new computer.
She's hoarded herself out to.
Oh yes, she has.
100 guys for $2.
Well, I did. So Rowena did her taxes this weekend, and for the first time as a professional business, as a registered business, and so as a reward, she bought herself a new laptop, so that what happened at Daft last week will not happen again in the future. Because my computer completely crapshooted and my iTunes crashed and it wouldn't let me play music, and so I had to play all my songs from YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
On a phone or something?
No, on my computer. I could still get on the internet, but I couldn't play music files and I couldn't get into my Apple and so I bought a new laptop.
Wow.
Today. Literally today. I was setting
Mac
it up.
did that? What did you do to that MacBook?
It's 7 years old and it had 0 space left.
Oh, you didn't leave it any breathing room, did you?
It only has 120 gigabytes of space, and 80 of that is system processing and other that you can't fucking delete. So no, I didn't leave it any room because there is no room to leave.
Oh my God, I just keep thinking of Bill Gates' famous quote from the 1982, 4 megabytes is all you need.
4 terabytes is essential now.
Is essential now.
Literally downloading the videos from the Giselle Lullaby show is 120 gigabytes.
Okay,
of video.
that is really
raw footage.
Raw that. Well, that's recorded at too high resolution and everything. My God,
beautiful, just beautiful. I'm gonna make a video. We're gonna have a viewing party.
So my advice to you is to first bring
Yeah,
that
compress,
down
compress.
before you even start editing that. Because she confessed to me. Can I share this?
You can share it.
Okay. Because I am.
Yeah.
She confessed to me. She's like, "Oh, I want to get into video and photo editing. I want to make some videos for advertising and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay, that's called your phone." And then she's like, "No, no, no. I want like full on documentary videos and da 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 da. I have video footage of Giselle Lullaby da da da." And I'm like, "Girl, don't." I'm like, don't go down that road, because I went down that road. I learned a little bit of video, a little bit of audio, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and da da da. And when you are at your A game here, girl, you need to divest work. You need to give others the opportunity to do great stuff for you.
Paying people to do things just makes my like blood boil. It really does.
Shut up. That's why we are best friends, because that's how I got into DJ. Because I was like, do I pay someone $300 each night to bring in rented equipment that I know is probably $100 rented equipment? You know, I was like, I'm just going to buy my own equipment. And now I'm like, why did I do this? Why did I do this?
I mean, so photo editing, I think, is something that I really need to be able to do, in that
Some basic photo. Yeah.
making posters, editing
Yeah.
photos so that I can do simple things. Like, it's not like I'm about to make like pieces of art in graphic design and all of this shit. Like, I just need some basic skills that makes things look better than they currently do. And right now I'm doing it on a computer that has no storage, with a trackpad. Not even a mouse. So it's really not the greatest.
Okay.
And the video editing, yes, I have some massive files that probably should not be used in that way, but I'm not planning on using the entire thing. I'm planning on cutting out small bits of the video and then editing it in. So I'm not doing like high performance editing where I add visual effects, even though I could do that with my new computer.
See, I can do that with my phone with apps that I've downloaded that just enter video clips, and then it's like choose a song to sync to.
See, but I can take what I make and then transfer it to my phone,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then just add on a
true.
video clip. And then you know what I don't have on all of my video editing? TikTok's little image, or Instagram's little image, or all of that shit that like they embed video, like little advertisements into those videos. And I could create a video and then use it on multiple platforms, and then it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Rather than making it multiple times.
Okay. Well, she's gonna be submitting videos soon to, I don't know, Reel Out Queer Film Festival probably. This is
Oh
a
my god!
documentary of
Home
Giselle.
movies. Rowena's getting into home movies. I don't know what I want to take a picture of first. Rowena in the bathtub having her first bath, or Rowena eating her first piece of cake, or I don't know. Home videos. OnlyFans.
Okay. Oh, we should get you green screening. Oh, I'm gonna
green screen.
I'm totally. Oh my god, the. Let's do videos. Let's go back to online drag shows.
Yeah, no more in-person drag shows. Sorry, everyone.
go
All
back to-
upcoming shows are canceled.
Just like drag queens everywhere in the world these
I mean,
days.
there are a lot of people in the States right now who'd be happy if we just canceled all drag shows.
Oh, yeah, that is getting really annoying. So I was interviewed recently.
You were for Broadview magazine.
Yes, but for other magazines, which have yet to be.
You've been interviewed for more magazines?
Not magazines, sorry, papers. But you know, the question keeps, and people keep asking me too, and this is something I want to ask Kimmy and Makalya as well, because I kind of asked Giselle Lullaby when she was down too, but the future of drag, you know, because here I am, you know, I'm kind of speaking from a privileged point where I'm like, I started drag 23 years ago. It went from like lol to like, oh my god, it's amazing, and now we're getting this like pushback, and I'm like, what is it going to be like in 5 years from now?
I think that 5 years from now, whoever this issue is going to be one of those things that the Republicans have just moved on from. I mean, they have decided that people being trans and drag performers, and they're only attacking drag performers because they want to attack trans people. Let's make that perfectly clear. They're not attacking drag queens because of drag. They are attacking drag queens because we represent something. We represent people who portray different genders, which is generally trans people, and they are scared. They are trying to make other people scared, and it's not right. It's not right. It's not okay. And I think that drag performers need to be more vocal now than ever. We need to be fighting it, especially when things like the new bill that just got introduced in Texas happens.
Did it actually? Because I was like, oh my god,
it has not been passed.
I'm like,
but it was introduced.
It was introduced. Okay.
Where people are allowed to be bounty hunters for drag queens.
Oh yes, that one. Yes.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah. And it's I don't even understand how bounty hunting works in Texas. Like I don't know if you just take a 5-second online course and then you're a bounty hunter. I think that might be it. I don't know. But yeah, some of the stories coming out, but I'm like, I feel like I want to fact check some of them, because one of them, they're like, oh, Texas is going to try to enable children to be able to sue drag queens for trauma.
I mean, so these are all bills that are not passing necessarily. They're just bills that are being introduced. And
but I don't even know why that. Like, why are all these bills? Like, is there any bills on the docket for like clean water?
This is the thing: is the Republicans are not creating. Yeah, what the fuck? The Republicans are not creating real issues to bring to the table. They are just fear-mongering. And it's not
a shell game.
It's a shell game. It's a shell game. They don't want to improve anything. They want to continue taking people's money. They want to continue being richer than you, and they want to continue I mean
sorry. I was like, I don't want to go down that road to think that. Well, I'm not even an American. I don't know all American-nesses things, especially in Texas and stuff. But I would like to hope that people who are elected into office are not in it to just line their pockets. I'd like to. I have that altruistic opinion because where I work, I have that opinion. I'm like it's about helping people. It's yes,
it's about helping people. I literally same thing. I work for a not-for-profit that's supposed to help people. The whole point is to help people.
That's why we're in it, and I would hope that that's why politicians go into politics as well, is that they want to help people.
I would like to believe that, but I no longer believe that. Did you know that the majority of politicians and CEOs are borderline sociopaths?
I want show me a study. Is it true? I don't know.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Or is it just that they all play the same hymn book of like greed is good sort of thing? I don't know. I'm less worried about what's going on. Well, the only things that I'm really worried about going on in the States is like I feel for my kin down in the U.S. who are having to fight this.
Yeah.
What worries me is the influence that is coming up from the States into Canada.
Always.
Influence, but not also. But when I say influence, I mean not just the ideas, but the people. And the resources and the money sort of situation, right? Because we have seen that happen.
American funds were funding the trucker protests.
Yes, we've seen that.
It's not. Canada and the USA are inextricably linked, and we can't fight that, unfortunately.
The sociopath next door.
Oh my God. It might be you.
It might be you.
We can't escape it. And as much as we don't have the same democratic system, like we don't have Democrats, Republicans, liberals, conservatives, it is based on the same kind of bipartisanship. And it is all those ideals, the right versus the left, the liberal versus the conservative, are all the same. We have the same issues. We have the same types of people. If you look at what happens in Alberta right now, it's the exact same thing. People are pro-Trump. People are pro, like, anti-trans, anti-drag, anti-queer, anti-equality. It's so sad. It is sad.
Do you like how I got her worked up? She's really worked up now. Look at her. She's all red and face.
My stress levels are like constantly high now, so it does not take much to get me worked up.
You and me both, girl. You and me both. So what I was wondering is, what should I do? Because I feel like I need to take a chapter from their book. So if they are funneling money into some of these people in Ontario to then, firebomb, picket, create crazy graphics of Dare, false graphics. Anyway, these little kind of things for drag story time, for instance, right?
Yeah.
If they're getting money from the States people who are like, oh, fight drag in Canada so that, less of it comes back down here, then maybe I should be funding money into the U.S. to fight the anti-drag wars.
You know what? And we can use that previous conversation we had about how do you find out about events. Why don't you record some videos of Tiffany Morgan being like, drag queens are safe. Drag queens are cool. Drag queens don't fuck your kids like priests do.
No,
and then just send those videos via paid advertisement on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to people in Tennessee and Missouri and Texas.
What is the capital of Texas? Is it Dallas?
Austin, Dallas.
Oh, it's Austin.
One of the two.
Just blanket Austin. Just. Well, no, because I know RuPaul was saying, donate to ACLU or whatever. Yeah. So I was like, maybe I should donate. Not that I have a whole lot of money,
but this is I think the most important thing to do is empower people to vote, especially young people, because young people don't vote, and it doesn't make sense because young people, there are a bunch of old fuckers controlling your future.
Yeah.
And I'm not being ageist. I'm just saying the ideals change over time. And if you want to have control of what your future will be and what systems need to be in place for your future, then you need to vote for them because the people in power control what happens. So if the people in power don't represent you, then your needs aren't going to be met. So vote.
Okay.
Thank you. After that diatribe, do you want to talk about Jesus? Because that was what you were going to talk about.
Yes.
How did we become this podcast? We are the religion and politics podcast discussed by drag queens.
It's funny. We have. Where's the Broadview magazine?
It's
anyway,
right there.
It's right over there.
We're literally on the cover of a religious magazine.
On Broadview magazine. It's less. There is a lot of religiosity to it.
Spirituality.
But there's a lot of really interesting social issues. So, for instance, this article. Well, no, because this. So this painting back here.
So for our listening audiences, Tiffany Morgan is currently showing a Broadview website of a painting of Reverend Manning Potts of Nashville, Tennessee, and another person with Jesus in the background.
Warren Sulman of Chicago. So Warren Sulman, the Head of Christ painting, or DC Solomon was honored with the Head of Christ. So the Head of Christ painting, you probably have seen this Head of Christ kind of painting. Probably in your mailbox or probably in your
those pamphlets you get handed out on the side of the road.
It's white Jesus. It's a blonde, blue-eyed Jesus.
Is
like,
that a new Lady Gaga song? I know Black Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. But you probably have seen this image. Apparently, they say that it's been more reproduced than Andy Warhol's images.
Even more reproduced than Santa Claus?
Yes. Well, this was
wow.
before Santa Claus.
Yeah.
This was like 1940. But the reason, so Broadview, now I'm like checking out their articles and stuff. I'm like, they got some really great articles.
They sunk their teeth into you.
They
They've got
did.
you.
They
They've
got
got
me.
you.
They got me. So it's a really interesting article about, white Jesus. Like, hey.
How did
like,
Jesus become white?
Yeah,
Because Jesus
exactly.
was not white.
It's like,
If Jesus existed, he was not a white man.
Well, everyone has this opinion that, you think about that image. Quite often you think about that image and you think, oh, blue-eyed, blonde hair, Scandinavian. Huh? What? Like, no. But the reason why I was like, oh, that's, I just wanted to bring it up because my great-grandmother...
Was Jesus?
I am that old. I am that old.
Oh, the roast is going to be great. I'm just going to make Jesus
dear.
jokes at you the entire time. No, I won't do that.
So she did, when her husband passed away, she went through Renaissance. She learned how to drive. She bought a car and she started oil painting, and she reproduced that image. And the family has that as a painting. Two of them. She has two. We have two of them in our collection. So.
And you have Warhols.
And I have Warhol. I chose the lesser of the reproduced paintings.
And I have Santa Claus.
But yeah, it was just like I bumped into that today, and it was just like, wow, I know that. I'm like, I didn't know the history of it. I didn't know it was like painted in 1940 or whatever it was. Yeah. They wanted it in every women's purse, pocket of Jesus, and blah, blah, blah. It was interesting.
Jesus is a biscuit. Jesus is a biscuit. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Did you watch last week's episode of Drag Race?
Are we going to talk about Drag Race?
Are
the
we gonna
90-minute episode?
The first real episode of Drag Race all season. And guess what?
What?
It wasn't worth it. No, kidding. Kidding. I don't even remember what the challenge was.
So, well, we actually got a mini
Comedy?
challenge. We actually got a mini challenge and then a maxi challenge. And
Oh,
the mini
challenge
was...
that bastardized voguing?
What is that bullshit about? Anyway, can I don't...
Rant again. Let's go. This is the ranting episode of What's the Maple Tea. We should call it the ranting episode.
Like, it gives me strain sometime that
RuPaul is perpetuating nogging constantly to all of these straight people who are watching the show and completely ruining a facet of queer culture.
I don't see how that is.
No?
No. Because, well, I don't know these drag artists' backgrounds. Mm-hmm. You know? Anitra looks like she really freaking knows how to vogue.
I think Anitra and Sasha actually know how to vogue.
Sasha. Yeah.
But my issue with this challenge, and I mean, people can disagree, but voguing is a very specific underground queer art form that Madonna made very central to pop culture back in the early 90s, and it has a specific structure to it. It has a seriousness to it. It has a community aspect to it. And there are categories to it. There are specific things that you do, specific things that represent who we are as queer individuals. And making a mini challenge where you have to vogue and all you do is, I mean, fake duck walk, slap your hands from side to side, and like pretend is not. It's not voguing. And I mean, maybe I don't know. I think it's perpetuating something. It's perpetuating falsehoods. That is my opinion. Go watch Paris is Burning.
I don't know. I've watched Paris is Burning, and you know, and that was the challenge. It was a la Paris is voguing, you know, and I think some of the criticisms were like, "That's not voguing today." Okay, I understand. That's not voguing today. That was a la Paris is Burning sort of thing. So, is it? I don't. What? I think. Oh, how do I express this? It
with
wasn't.
words, preferentially.
It wasn't exploitative. I don't think it was meant to be exploitative. I don't think it had any of those intentions. I think it had every intentions of trying to respect part of the culture that they themselves are part of, though, too. Like, hello, you know, and I don't see any wrong in that. I don't know why it became an issue, but
I don't know. I think it stems from the death. I'm going to call it the death drop movement. So death drops are not a thing. Like, death drop is a bastardization of a dip. So a dip is an actual like voguing move where you controlled go to the floor and in a graceful, artful manner, and you do additional dancing. It's part of voguing. It's part of dancing. Whereas a death drop is people just falling to the floor, and which is dangerous and harmful and all these things. But like, I think it stems from that. It stems from the drag community taking this thing from the queer, black, trans community and making it their own. But it's something that culture does to queer, trans, black, non-white people all the time. And people are probably just angry that it's happening within their own community.
I respectfully disagree. Like, I thought it was a very respectful, you know, just a little sprinkling sort of thing. It was not exploitative. It was not intended to be exploitative. Maybe I should rephrase that. It was not intended to be exploitative. I don't think it was exploitative. So, you know, introducing some of that art form and reintroducing the world to that famous documentary, because they did talk about Paris is Burning. They even showed, like, the screen capture, like, you can watch it now. Mm-hmm. Watch it now. I think it's on Netflix or something, maybe.
No, it's no longer on Netflix.
Okay, so it's online somewhere, but, you know, it was an important thing to do. Rowena, I shouldn't have got you all worked up early on. I don't. She's just full of piss and vinegar now. Piss and vinegar.
I'm ready to fight.
She's ready to fight.
I'm like the vixen. I'm ready to fight. I'm here to fight.
But like you said, Sasha. Sorry, not Sasha Colby.
Sasha and
yeah,
Aisha.
Sasha's. Oh my God, that performance. Oh my God,
it was fabulous. Fabulous. I'm now overheating from wearing a sweater.
We're like, just watch Pose. Just watch Pose.
Pose is a very good representation of what the ball scene is actually like, yes. And it's primarily starring queer, black, trans actors and actresses. It's fabulous. Mm-hmm. Ryan Murphy does create good shit sometimes. And then other times he creates glee.
And other times he creates glee.
Which I loved. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But if a Glee version comes on instead of a real version when I'm playing a song, I get upset.
Oh my goodness sakes. So, Rowena,
shall we talk about the epic lip sync though?
Oh my God. That was a really good show.
Free Willy!
Oh God. I don't even know why they went there. But
Selena Estidis said it. It was her thing. She said it. It's hers. But I lived for that lip sync. That lip sync was everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a shine like glass. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss.
And I had no idea that was Doja Cat.
Really?
I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, that's Doja Cat?
That's Doja Cat. I was going to perform that song soon, and now I can't.
Well, yes, you can.
Well, I can, but you know what everyone's going to be thinking about?
Well,
Free Willy!
who jumps over who? That's the question.
Oh,
Who
this is
jumps
true.
over to who?
How do I get someone to leapfrog over me?
And how do you get someone to do, like, you know, full on exorcist? Like,
Oh, yeah, full on backband walking towards the judges.
like that was a really, like, at the end, the person who went away was like, oh my God, I don't know how.
Seriously? You're not going to spoil it?
I don't. Okay, yeah. So Marsha went home. Marsha went home, and she was like, I gave it my all, and I think I did a really good job against Anitra. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, she did. And actually, so I saw her doing an interview at Roscoe's, which is a bar in West Hollywood. And
You went to Roscoe's?
no, I watched it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So she was giving an interview, like she was the special guest, and they asked her, they're like, did you know that Anitra jumped over you? And she's like, no, I didn't, because I wasn't looking and I couldn't see anything in that position. And so when she walked off stage, one of the like PAs, one of the personal assistants who helps all the drag performers, was like, that was the most epic thing I've ever seen. Oh my God, that was incredible. And Marsha's like, okay, well, that's great, but I just got sent home. Thanks. So when it was on TV was the first time she actually saw that happen. And she was like, yeah.
Did you think that the producers had her for elimination this entire episode?
I think they set it up to look like that. But
Oh,
as-
really?
like the editing, they almost always give someone more screen time and more
Yeah.
personal story right before they're sent home. It's a drag race trope. If you ever see someone get an increased amount of screen time, they're either going to win or go home.
But do you think it was set up right from the beginning, like with the choosing of the bubblies and blah blah blah?
No, I don't think it was a setup.
You don't think it was a setup? Okay.
No, I think it all happened the way that it happened, and you know, Selena chose Mistress instead of going alone, and it was a good decision.
Now, do you think there was some shade with Anitra choosing Marsha at the beginning?
No. I mean, probably.
Anitra looked at. She's like, Sugar and Spices following versus Marsha. Okay, we can throw Marsha under the bus.
Yeah. It's all strategy. It's all strategy. You know, you don't know what's going through their heads unless they say it in the screen. And yeah, it's probably strategy to put Marsha first. But none of them did really well in the comedy challenge. None of them were exceptionally funny.
I thought this is something that we haven't seen yet. On
this season.
On the season, we had a double win. Because they were mostly pairs, except for Marsha, who was by herself at the beginning of the program.
Yeah.
But they were pairs, and the pair that won was Luxnoir London and Lucy LaDuca.
Do you think they did it just because they've been complaining so much and they wanted to give it to them for storyline?
I wonder about that too. Like, did they deserve a double win? Like, it didn't seem like they. There were other times in this program that you could have had a double or triple win, and they choose to do that now.
Now, I do think that Lux did really, really, really well, and I don't want to take away any of her win, but do you think that they might have done the double win just to fuck with Lucy?
Yes.
And I mean, Rue arbitrarily decides whether she's going to judge in groups or individuals. She could easily have just done an individual win like she does on most challenges. And even when she does group challenges, she often picks in between just because she wants to. And it's all up to her. So I truly believe that they made a conscious choice to choose 2 winners for a reason.
Yeah. So how does that stack people up? So
That means that Lucy
has
and
2.
Lux both have 2.
Oh my gosh.
They're now tied.
What? Oh my gosh.
I know. Means they're still tied, which is why I think that they did it.
Or is this to justify keeping Lux Noir London in the game?
No, I do think that Lux deserves to be there.
Well, we do know she is Rue's favorite.
Is she?
Did we not hear that? Did we not notice that on the, like, you know, blah, blah, blahs? No, Sasha.
I thought Sasha was her favorite.
Sasha is her favorite. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
you
I take that
did
back.
it again.
Retract.
Okay, so how many wins does Mistress have? 1?
Mistress. Where is Mistress? Oh,
1 win. And Selena has none, so she's going home next. Sasha has 3, and Anitra has 1. Oh, Anitra, you got to get your pussy up.
I'm a little nervous about Anitra.
Well, what's next week's episode?
Oh,
what is the challenge?
I don't Rusical. Yeah, she's like, who's...
Ooh, well, Lucy claims to be able to sing.
I'm getting tired of people being on Lucy. She is a fucking star. She is a fucking star. She is
It's
good.
just because they're messing with her head, and I love it. I love it, so I do it too.
The judges mess with her head.
Yes.
The contestants mess with her. No, I think everything of that win, that double win, should really be all about Lucy in that double win, to be honest. Because she coached Lux, you know.
They won it together. It was a group challenge. They both won the challenge. Anyway, Anitra beat Marsha in an epic lip sync battle, and that will go down in history as Free Willy, the lip sync.
All right, Rowena, where should we be going on Wednesday, March the 15th?
We should be going to the Ale House for Kimmy Couture and Makalya Couture in Dynasty of Drag, featuring you, me, Betty Baker, and Universe.
Yay!
Yay! Get your tickets in advance so that I have less anxiety, or buy them at the door. Thank you.
Use the code SISTERS for a discount on
Sisters are doing it for themselves. Yes, they are.
Standing on their own 2 feet.
Oh, that's where I was going to end.
And bringing on their own. Okay, that's where you're
My name is Rowena Way, and you can find me at rowenaway.com or Rowena Way on all social media. And yes, it is Rowena, not Rowena. Kimmy. The number of times my name has been pronounced Rowena is, the pun is literally rowing away. So rowing away, like, it's fine. I get it. It happens a lot. People who speak with accents generally say my name Rowena. And so I'm very used to it, which is why I just tell them to call me Ro.
Oh my god.
And you are?
My name is Tiffany Morgan, and it's spelled TYFFANIE.com, which I still get a lot of misspellings of that.
For fuck's sake.
For fuck's sakes. TYFFANIE.com is my website. Find all my upcoming events on there as well. And visit dragshow.ca because that's where, like, all the drag
The
events,
Toronto events are starting to go up there.
Yeah, dragshow.ca/Toronto. Yeah, suddenly I'm getting, like, all this bombardment of events.
I tried to add a Toronto event for you, but it wouldn't let me name it as Toronto, by the way. Categorize. You might need to add some categories.
There is a Toronto category, but you have to be on the Toronto site to be adding
it.
it.
There's a Toronto site.
Yes.
I was on the wrong site.
I think you
did it wrong.
I think you were.
I just think that you fixed it. And that's all that matters.
Oh my god, was that you? Okay.
It was me.
We'll talk afterwards.
It was me.
You put it on the wrong site.
Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Sorry, I fucked up, but she fixed it for me, so it's all good.
You fucked up on two occasions. But anyway, okay, let's get out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here, Rowena.
Bye, everyone. You've been listening to What's the Maple Tea?
Bye-bye.
Bye.